Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? All right, I want to thank you all for coming aboard virtually. My name is Gabriel. I'm actually the owner of the agency here in the Panhandle of Florida. Just letting you know everything we're doing today is going to be done through a webinar, so I'm not going to be able to see you or hear you. The reason why is because I'm not trying to make any hiring decisions today. What I want to do is just give you all the nuts and bolts of exactly what we do here, so you all can make that decision for yourselves if we're a good fit for you. But little about me, I've been with the company now since 2004. But personally, I started with my journey with American Income out in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, throughout my career, I've already taken several different promotions. And I remember back in 2012, I was doing really good with the company. That's when our home office came to me and said, Gabe, you're doing great with us. Is there any way you can duplicate yourself for us up in New England? And man, if you guys get to know me, I'm a huge sports fan. And that's when Boss just won the World Series. The Patriots won the Super Bowl. Boston Bruins were winning hockey, and I was all excited because home office was going to send me to Boston. But then January 3rd, 2013, right after I got done signing my signing bonus, they go, Gabe, you're actually moving to Bangor, Maine. And I was like, what? Man, I got up to Bangor and they had 13 feet of snow, and I found out right away the Northeast was not the right place for me. So I actually turned it down. I opened an office in Columbia, South Carolina, which is still doing really good. But then in 2016, we expanded. We opened up another office here in the Panhandle of Florida. Now, for the last 5 years, we've been showing growth with the company. So I went to our home office and asked for permission to expand even further into all of Florida, Lower Alabama, and Mississippi. They granted me that permission. That's why we're doing the hiring process right now. So typically, we do everything on a 3-step interview process. Now, that first interview was supposed to be a quick 5-6 minute interview with each of you guys, actually set up to one of our talent acquisition companies, which is our headhunters. What their sole job is to do is find the right people for us based off what you put down your resumes. But now what I'm going to do today, though, is a company overview where I actually want all of you to actually interview me. Because we can make sure you're right for us when you put down your resume, but how to know we're going to be a good fit for you. Now, after this, I do want you to discuss this opportunity with your families. Because you're going to find out right away that we run everything here on faith, family, and then the career. Now, I don't talk about religion or anything in the workplace, but I always feel if you have faith in yourself and your own abilities, it would not matter where you worked. You have to have faith in the company you work for and the products that we provide. Faith in general, because you got to enjoy what you do. Second thing, you're going to have time with your family at home. Because if there's tension at home, it doesn't matter how much you enjoy your job, your mind will be on that tension at home. That's why you got to have the tie-in with your family. But the last thing is going to be your career. When I decide to bring somebody aboard and have you be part of our family here, I want to make sure this is going to be a career for you. So after you get done discussing this opportunity with your families, if you're one of our selected candidates, we'll actually invite for you in for a one-on-one final interview tomorrow. And that's what make a hiring decision together then. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So bear with me because like I said, I'm going to go through everything in detail for you. So you can make that decision for yourselves if we're a good fit for you. Where I'll actually go through our history and where we came from. I'll explain to you exactly what we do on a daily basis. Then I'll go through the marketing process, your compensation, the leadership track and how you can grow and advance within us. How we actually impact the communities that we live, work, and visit. And I'll finish up with what it's going to take in order for all of you to be a good fit for us. This should take about 15 minutes, so just bear with me. But to start out the history of American Income, if you want to take some notes, which I do encourage you to, write down that American Income has been in business since 1951. But now back in 1951, Bernard Rappaport, which is our founder, he had a vision of actually marketing our products to the everyday, blue-collar, working-class families. He felt our benefits were for the working-class people, not for the rich. But then over the next 4 decades, we started working with over 30,000 different organizations nationwide. Currently, we're working with all the different labor unions, credit unions, different associations like all the police officers, the firefighters, all the teachers and the veterans. But now, as Bernard was nearing retirement back in 1994, we became a subsidiary of Globe Life Incorporated. So if you want to look us up, which I do encourage you to, look up Globe Life. You'll find out that we are publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. GL is our ticker. And if you follow stocks, Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's business. Warren Buffett is one of the wealthiest people in the world, and he is one of the leading investors in all of our stocks. But now you can also write down that we are licensed to do business currently in 49 states. Also licensed to do business in the District of Columbia, Canada, New Zealand. But in the 50th state, we have National Income Lifestyle substrip in New York. If any of you guys are like me, I love to travel. If you have family in the United States, you're always welcome to work with us because we do everything virtually with the clients now. So as long as you have internet access and a computer, you can work with us. Now, currently we have over $81 billion of life insurance in force with over 235 different independent agencies. But now, with our roots, with the Globe Life brand, our roots go back over 120 years. We have over $219 billion of life insurance in force with over 16 million policyholders. We have more policyholders that entrust in the Globe Life brand than any other company in the financial service industry. Now, I told you earlier, I'm a huge sports fan. I run my business on a business athlete mentality. And I'll raise your hands on here if anybody else on here loves sports. Because you can love them or hate them, but we are the official life insurance company for the Dallas Cowboys. It says that we have strength because the Dallas Cowboys have very select few corporate sponsors they actually endorse, and they are America's team. We also have the stability because the Texas Rangers named us the official life insurance company for them. And they took our naming rights and put it on their ball field for the next 30 years. We also help support the community, where we are a proud sponsor of the Special Olympics, along with FC Dallas. But now with our growth, I don't know about you, but I know when I was first graduating college, I was looking for a company I can grow and advance within. Raise your hands if you want a company you can grow and advance within as well, so you have stability in your life. You can all see that we've gained growth every year for the last 20 years. Even when the pandemic was hitting and all the other companies are laying people off and downsizing, we experienced double-digit growth. So what that's cemented in for me, and what it should tell you, is if you want a company you can grow and advance within as well, this is one of the most stable places to be because we are recession as well as depression proof. But now, since we had so much growth throughout the years, we're looking for two different types of people. We're looking for people, our future leaders, where we're going to train you, we're going to develop you. And when you're ready, we're going to promote you into a leadership role where you can continuously progress through our leadership crack. We're also looking at the second type of person we're looking to attract right now is our top representatives. We're going to train you and we're going to develop you into be the top in the company as you progress through the agent's career track. But now with those 30,000 different organizations that continuously choose us to back up the benefits for them, when they're doing their research, not only do they want a company that has that strength, the stability, the community, they want a company that's also financially stable as well. You can all see that we've earned that excellent rating through AM's Best. What AM's Best does, they rank all financial institutes on how financially stable we are, how fast we pay out, what our customer service is. I'll let you all know that less than 3% of benefits companies earn that excellent rating because we are one of the best in the industry. But now what separates us from all the other competitions? We are not your typical benefits company. First off, here, you'll never have to cold call anybody. You don't have to solicit or do door-to-door sales. What we do is we provide, we have our public relations set up. They do all the negotiating. They do the selling for us. They're sitting down with the labor unions. all the different credit unions, different associations. We're providing all their benefits for them. But now, once a year, when a group does want to work with us, the group would send out a letter to their members stating, if you're interested in protecting your family, then contact American Income. So only during the group's open enrollment period, when they contact us, that's where we come in. We set up a one-on-one Zoom call with the client where we explain how to protect the family. So you would have to be comfortable with face-to-face customer service where you are working remotely with the clients. I'll be honest, this might not be the right place for you because that's what we do on the daily basis. But now with our presentations, you understand how we protect the clients. When we get into family supplemental benefits, we always ask the client, what job would you take? Let's just play some devil's advocate. If you had a current job, you brought home $687 a week, but if you get a one-time chance, you could start over a brand new enhanced job, bringing home $670 a week. Ask yourselves, if you pass away tomorrow, do you think your previous employer is going to stand up and say, I know you're loyal, but I'll pay off your funeral? We guarantee that the family always gets $30,000. So when that time happens, that financial burden would never be left behind to the family. And if you pass away tomorrow, do you think your previous employer is going to continuously pay the family, even though you're not working there anymore? We make sure that paycheck comes in every single week for up to 5 years. So now the family has time to readjust emotionally as well as financially. We also make sure the house is paid off so the family does not have to move into a less desirable neighborhood. And we make sure children have money to go to school. And the best part of our programs are permanent and they're also portable throughout the family's lifetime. Because you all know as well as I do, the moment you change jobs, later on in life when you want to retire, the insurance you had through work is going to stay with the company and you'll lose it like everybody else. So we asked the client, what job would you take? The job you lose your benefits? Or actually raise your hands if you guys take the job where you can keep all your benefits for the rest of your life. If you raise your hand, that's what we do the customer service. We enroll the client for 1 hour of their wages all week that they're going to work. It's that simple. So if you sat down with 2 to 3 families per day, 10 families in a week that have already requested the benefits, how would you perform knowing people buy from who they like and who they trust? Most people say everybody, but in reality, not everybody does qualify for our programs. In reality, most people cover 3 to 4 families per week. So when you cover 3 families on a week, on an average, you're going to be paid $936 weekly. We pay every Friday. But now, it is performance-based because the harder you want to work, the more we're going to pay you. We're not going to limit you. But now, on top of the weekly paychecks, you're also going to get weekly bonuses. So if you're just doing average, the average person brings home $1,200 to $1,700 a week. But if you know you're better than average and you have that strong work ethic, you can expect to make more. So in 2021, we had over 1,000 agents company-wide that made over $100,000 for the year. We actually had over 59 agents that made over $1 million in 2021. So that could all be you with hard work and dedication. But now that upfront money is great, but the number one reason why people choose a career here is the residual income that is going to consistently come on in. I tell people all the time, if you don't want to be limited, any client that you see this year, you're going to get paid on them. But as long as that client is still alive, paying for their policy next year, you're going to get paid again and again and again every year for the rest of your life. Because we provide, after 10 years of working here, if you want to retire, you're able to, because we provide lifetime renewals. So the way you can think about it is a lot like a 401k. Way better than a 401k though, because it's not based off the stock markets. And you're not getting penalized for taking that early. You start getting it released after 1 year. Now you also get the full range of benefits. You get all the leads provided for you. You get health insurance. You get life insurance. The lifetime vested renewals. Now, we also offer free college classes, roadside assistance, and identity theft protection, so you get the full range of benefits. But now, my favorite part is we promote from within. We start everybody on out as an individual producer, where you're actually learning the business. So you don't clock in, you don't clock out. But understand, we have to be available for the clients whenever they are not working. Typically, it'll be from noon till about 8 o'clock at night. But now, we're also looking for people that want to move up and grow and advance within us. Since we had such substantial growth last year, we're looking for our supervising agents. We're going to fast track people into leadership. We give you a 12.5% pay raise. I don't ask you to do anything different, but just stay consistent on what made you successful. Then typically after about 6 to 9 months, you move up to a general agent, which is now more of a leadership role. You're developing people, coaching them, leading by example. But then as a master general agent, you're supervising over a whole team. And as a regional general agent, you're looking over multiple territories as well. And the best part of it all, you can move up at your own pace. You don't have to move up, but this is a typical guideline for most people. But now with our culture, I pride ourselves on our culture because people love working here. We were actually ranked one of the happiest companies to work for in Forbes because we run contests, we run bonuses, annual conventions. Every year we give the top performers a 4-day, 3-night, all expense-paid vacation for you and a guest. In 2024, we're actually going to Hawaii, which you can go with us with hard work and the dedication. We also donate. We give back to the communities that we live, work, and visit. In 2021, we actually donated over $1.5 million back in the communities. But now, before I end, what it is going to take in order for you to be a good fit for us. First off, you got to have a strong work ethic. I can teach you to be successful, but we cannot teach that work ethic aspect of this opportunity. You got to be willing to go to work. But now, we are in the financial service industry, so everything we do is regulated by the state that you live in. It's the same as if you want to become a realtor. You know you got to be certified. If your lifelong dream was to become an electrician, you got to be certified. Same thing through us. So in order to get the certification, the state requires taking an online 40-hour course. So it does take 1 week. Now the tuition to the state is typically $200. But if you're one of our selected candidates, we'll commit to paying 75% of the tuition for you up front. Now, I'll be honest, I don't like you have to pay anything to work here. But in a way, though, we don't mind it because I see students that pay thousands upon thousands of dollars going into debt where they take years to better their future. We have to take 1 week. You're going to have a smartphone and a computer because everything we do is virtually. Your computer does not need to be anything special, but it does have to be Windows, Microsoft compatible. But now you'll also have paid training the moment you're certified because legally I cannot do anything until you're certified. We're going to put you as somebody who's already successful. We're going to roll up our sleeves. We're going to get down and dirty. We're going to show you exactly what it's going to take for you to be a success as well. But now you also do have to have an entrepreneur attitude. This is like owning your own business. You just don't have the overhead of it. So I'm looking for people who are coachable with the willingness to learn. And you also got to be committed. I don't want somebody that's going to quit on the first adversity. Go through the growing pains because the longer you stay here, the better you be. And the better you be, the more money you're going to make. So what I want you to do now is discuss this opportunity with your families. Talk about the benefits. Talk about the pay. Talk about all the incentives. As long as your family supports your decision, we'll give you an evaluation call back to see what your family thinks. We'll invite you in for a final interview tomorrow, and that's when we'll make a hiring decision together then. So once this meeting ends, you can click on Leave Meeting, but then press Continue. It should prompt you to a 5-question exit questionnaire. Either way, I want everybody on here to fill it out regardless. If you want to be considered for a final, put yes. But if you don't, please put no. Either way, it does not hurt my feelings because we can always part as friends. But if you say yes, talk it over your families. Have that filled out with the next 20 minutes. I'm going to sit down with my leadership team. I'm going to go through your resumes. I'll go through the qualifications, all the questionnaires. And if you're one of our selected candidates, we'll call you back between 2 and 4 Central Time. Now, we are in Pensacola, Florida now, so it's going to come from an 850 area code calling you. But prior to this, talk to your families so you can make that hiring decision together then. All right, thank you, everybody. Hope you go game speed and go all in.